horizontally by just taking, you have to use 2 fingers and move, like if you want to go that way, then you just kind of like drag it that way, or if you want to go backwards, then you go that way. If you want to try that real quick, just to...
just 2 fingers, Joe?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be 2.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if 3 makes it, I don't think it's 2.
Yeah, 3 does something else.
Oh, it might, yeah.
Oh, God, so 3. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, so, and I think, the cursor has to be in this area. So, like, if you were to be down here, it won't do anything.
Okay.
So that's actually something you do.
Cool.
But, okay. So, and then...
All right, I got it. Don't worry about it.
The other thing you've got here are these like measure marker numbers at the top. So it's got, it's actually split up into measures. Typically like 4/4 measures, because most of the songs we do are in 4/4. But you can actually subdivide it into like other measures too, if you want, other types of meters, if you want. But it's got like 13, and then it's divided into sections. Like right here is like you can kind of see it in eight sections within a measure. So it's got like eighth notes, 1 and 2, or quarter notes at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And I believe if you go, the further in you go, the more you can see. So like the numbers. Now this measure goes a ways away. I have to kind of scroll back and forth so to get to it. Hey Terry.
Hey. Long time no see.
I know.
Hi.
So, okay, so now, usually I keep it about yay big, where the measures are about, I don't know, maybe not quite an inch or so long, stuff like that. So roughly about yay big. That's generally a good size for what we do. Hey Crystal.
Hey, how's it going?
Now, say you need to get to a particular section of a song. So say we're in rehearsal mode. This is probably where it would happen, either rehearsal or run through. So say we had to, we really messed up chorus 2 for some reason, and so we need to go over again. So what you would need to do is, first of all, find the song. Say we were in Joy, and it was chorus 2. We need to go over again. So you can go by these little measure markers here, this little green bar area, and find chorus 2. Right, there it is. And then usually what I do is click in this. We'll go over these individual tracks in a second, but go click in this guide area, this little track here like this. And I usually go like right before, like this track right here is the lady's voice. Each little WAV file is something she says. So usually I click like right before that, and then that way it counts it in for everybody. So yeah, so nobody's like guessing like, oh, where are we? And then she counts it in, and then we go into the chorus.
Okay.
So when you click right there, there's going to be this little, I don't know if you see it, like a little pulsating white and pink line, and that will be the starting point when you press the space bar. And it's going to stay there until you click somewhere else or until you press the stop button. That can come in handy if it's a section you have to go over a whole bunch of times, then you don't have to keep clicking it over. However, the only thing you have to make sure of is that it's not doing that like before a service, because then if you left it there and then went off to the green room, came back, all right, start. That's exactly where it would start. And so you don't want that to happen. So you just have to make sure once you're done, like press the stop key, and that'll take you all the way to the beginning. By the way, I have a little handy video for this too. I can send you a link to it. I think has a total of like.
I want a you in my video.
What's that?
I want a you in my video.
Oh. Okay, so the tracks going down, these little these are like the individual tracks. Some of them are audio track. Most of them are audio tracks. Some are not. Some of them like this first one is a non-audio track. So it's basically where we put in all the markers for the song, say what sections are coming up for the song. So and it's usually like this, whatever this color is, kind of greenish, whatever. The next one down is or the next two are the quarter notes and the eighth notes. For some reason, it seemed easier to just put them on separate tracks. But they go out to the same track, and obviously you turn it up there, one right over there. But that's just your and so on.
Okay.
This fourth track here is the guide. The famous lady tells us what to do.
Veronica.
Veronica, yes. She's there. And later what I'll have to do is show you, in another time, I'll just show you like where you can find individual wave files of her saying different stuff. And sometimes that comes in handy. Sometimes we come to rehearsals like, oh, it'd be so cool if she said this here. And so, one of the other weeks we can, do that and show you where to. It's pretty easy. You just kind of find out where, and then you just click and drag stuff over. But that's what that is there. Then you got this tempo track. What this does is just kind of locks in the tempos for each song for the way we do it. So it just it sets the tempo. That'll actually come in handy in just a second when we come to the invitation time. Next one is percussion and effects. It's actually, if you drop it down, there's actually several tracks within there. There's like up to 5 tracks, and this just has all these are audio tracks. This just has like, any drums, any percussive loops, or any effects is like swooshes or stuff like that I usually put in there, and the percussion effects. Bass and any synth bass would be here. I don't know why I left that up. Good to know. And there's usually just like 2 tracks there. Guitars, any kind of guitars. I could have sworn I did all this earlier.
35. This actually works.
What's that?
Taking your advice on
converting
milliseconds.
You divide 45 by 112.
Something like that.
Yeah, that'll actually do it. If you divide 45 by 112, I think that'll give you, and then take the first 3 numbers.
Well, I'm actually cheating, and I found the website.
Or you can do that. Yeah.
My math's not that good.
Yeah. Well, I have to use a calculator. I can't divide 12 by 114 or 12 or 45 by 112 very easily. So, and then guitars, okay, and then keyboards are down here. And then miscellaneous instruments, usually any kind of like strings or anything. Like in this case, Joy has steel drums, so I guess kind of put those there instead of the instead of in percussion. So that's there. Now the stop track, this final one. What this is a MIDI. It's a MIDI track. It's kind of a MIDI trigger, and it's something that's been set up. Let me see if I can find one here. Where'd it go? It's a little block. Where'd it go?
There was one way the heck to the right.
Yeah, there we are. Okay, yeah. That's this right here. What this is just it's a little MIDI trigger, and what it does is it just stops the cursor. That would be cool, but that's another one. That's another one. That's a whole nother deal. That I'll really confuse people with that one. But basically, what it does is just kind of stops the cursor. So usually I put it before the invitation time, but there are some times I might put it before a song, like if we wanted to, move into more of a free time spot, and then we're about to go into another song after that. So that's a good time to just kind of stop it, and so you don't have to, one less thing you have to do, your keyboardist has to do. Good, that's always good. So what? But normally it's there. What you can do if you need more than one, or you want to move it, you can either drag it around. Or you can do just the whole typical, copy and then paste, and your Command C and Command V, and then you can put them all over the place if you really wanted to. But that stops the cursor. That just stops the cursor. Okay, so